Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, recording my first Modern Horizons 3 draft. Let's go through the archetypes because this is my first draft of the format. So we've got blue-white energy flyers, play flying creatures, get stronger the more energy you have, use them to attack your opponents, or find tricky ways to get past your opponent's blockers. We've got blue-black card draw, classic blue-black control, employs a variety of ways to draw additional cards, leverage them for additional effects to dominate the battlefield. Okay. Then we've got black-red artifact. Start small, go big. Use a variety of artifact synergies, including the infamous affinity to summon powerhouses from Magic's past and future. All right. Then we've got red-green Eldrazi spawn. So smallest Eldrazi are worthy of fear. Overwhelm your opponents with your terrifying Eldrazi horde, aided by Eldrazi spawn tokens. So spawn tokens are back in this format, which probably means trample and flying are going to be much better than normal, because a board with a bunch of 0/1 chump blockers can stall some stuff up too. We've got green-white modified Bestow. Bestow gives you the ability to play creatures or use them as auras to buff others, go tall, and then dare your opponents to stop you from going wide. They can weather the first storm. Okay. I've seen Bestow before. Then we've got white-black modified dies, and this unique take on a white-black sacrifice deck. You're going to be modifying your creatures with counters, equipment, and auras for long-term advantages. Okay. Modifying. I remember that. We've seen that before. Then we've got blue-red energy mid-range. Embrace your inner mad scientist. Blue-red energy gives you plenty of ways to manage different types of engine-like permanents to generate overwhelming advantage over your opponents. Then we have black-green. How many? Geez, there's a lot of archetypes. Black-green modified adapt. This black-green adapt deck uses +1/+1 counters to great effect, giving creatures additional spell-like triggers to dominate the battlefield. Interesting. Then we have red-white energy aggro. There's no point hoarding your excess energy here, so spend it and smash. Aggressive red-white deck will do whatever it takes with energy to keep attacking turn after turn. And then we've got green-blue Eldrazi ramp. So you get the Eldrazi spawn and summon some big fat fatties. Okay, so a lot of like overlap here as well. It looks like blue, red, white, energy. You've got red, black, more artifact-y stuff. It looks like green, blue, red. Green, blue, red also does a lot of Eldrazi stuff. So that's good to know. All right, well, let's fire off a draft and learn together, shall we? Okay, draft is fired. Let's see what we got here. The rare is Savine's Reclamation. So 3 mana, return a permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If this spell is cast from a graveyard, you may copy this spell and may choose a new target for the copy. So you get 2 back if you flash it back. That's kind of cool. White of the Reliquary. 2 mana, 2/2 Vigilance. It gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard. Sack a creature, search your library for a land card. So you can do that at instant speed too, and it's got Vigilance. That's a good rare too. We've got Outlast, and this gives all your modified creatures, so ones that have equipment, auras, and counters, lifelink. That's pretty sweet. It's certainly against aggro. Molten Gatekeeper. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. That's a cool card. And it's got Unearth too, which is nice. I could see trying out one of the rares here. Expanding Ooze has Adapt, and whenever it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target modified creature you control. That's cool. I kind of like sack at instant speed. I mean, this is amazing with like Eldrazi spawn too. Get a bunch of lands, good in response to removal. You can only sack another creature, but it also gets bigger later. I mean, this is potentially mid-late game 2 mana, like 4/4, 5/5. That's pretty amazing. Another Savine's Reclamation. On color with what we have, we've got Stump Stomp, which fixes and is also a fight card. So that's pretty amazing since it already fixes for White of the Reliquary. Doubles as both a fight spell and a land, which is pretty nice. Otherwise, Eldrazi Ravager, it cycles and it's got Annihilator, and you can get it back from your graveyard to your hand if you sack Eldrazi. Fanged Flames is some removal sorcery speed that also exiles. When it enters, each player sacks a non-token creature. Certainly playable. This is sacrifice to draw cards, and then it also has flashback, which is nice. I could see just taking... I feel like it's pretty safe to just take the land that already fixes for one of our colors, maybe allows us to splash red, and is also a fight card. So that's pretty nice value. Monumental Henge. Look at top 5. You may reveal a historic card from among and put it in your hand. All right. I mean, lands that do stuff like that are pretty amazing. This has modular, so it enters with 3+1/+1 counters on when it dies. Oh, you can put it on an artifact creature. Well, so this is more probably for black-red. But whenever another artifact enters the battlefield under control target creature, this is pretty cool too. It's like a kill spell on top of that. It's pretty nice. This exiles a graveyard, or it doubles the land. Not bad. Creature that can exile a graveyard and is also a land. Typically not bad. Nyxborn Hydra. So this has reach and trample, and it bestows. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each +1/+1 counter on Nyxborn Hydra and has reach and trample. I could actually see this being good in the Eldrazi spawn format. It's a common, but I'm going to take it. Just because my gut is kind of telling me that trample is pretty important, like I said, in this format. But we'll see. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, reveal the top card of your library. If you do, you may cast that card without paying its mana cost if the 2 spells have the same mana value. That's a weird card. All right, Breather Last is some instant speed removal for 3. I mean, hard to go wrong with a murder with some upside on top of it. Otherwise, Evolution Witness is pretty sweet. I mean, you have to understand this is modern power level, so everything's super strong. So it's really hard to know balance until you play the format a few times. When you cast a spell, create Eldrazi spawn. When you sacrifice Eldrazi, put a counter on it and make it bigger. It's pretty amazing, actually. But I'll take the murder for now with upside. Murder that gains life. Signature Slam. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then each modified creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Then each modified creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. I see. So all your modified deal to one thing. It's pretty nice. Hunger Tide resides. This makes insects for 3 turns. Then you can sacrifice any number of creatures, search your library and your graveyard for a creature card with mana value less than the equal number. Okay, sacrifice stuff. Put it on the battlefield. Not bad. Got a vampire. It can get menace whenever you put counters on it. Otherwise, we have some land fixing stuff. Might just take another. I could see this Saga just spits out. I mean, that's not bad. I'm going to take another fight spell though. Currently, I have what, 1 creature? No, I guess I have 2. Pyretic Rebirth. Let's just see just the black and green stuff right now. Whenever you cast a creature spell, power 5 or greater, discover X. Oh yeah, this is cool, but it's only for 5 or greater, so it would work possibly with Hydra, and you have to cast it with 5 or greater. So it's the spell that has to have 5 or greater. So actually neither of these work with it, interestingly. Put a permanent card from among them in your hand, put the rest in your graveyard, and then you get an Eldrazi spawn. I think I'll just take a 2-drop. I could have maybe just taken the green thing, but we'll see. Priest of Titania, 2-drop 1/1 that at least ramps for 1, maybe more. Can never really go wrong with a ramp. This is a land that also gives +2/+2 and lifelink. In black, this is a land that lets you search an instant or a card with flash, put it in your hand for 4. That's not bad. Destroy a creature with flying or give reinforce. This is more for Eldrazi. I think I'm just going to take the ramp for now, the uncommon ramp. Disruptor Flute. Choose a card name. Spells with the chosen name cost 3 more to cast. Okay, so it's kind of like I forget the name of it, but Cursed Wombat. This is a 2-mana 2/3 with adapt 2. Permanents you control have whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on this permanent, put an additional. Oh, that's pretty sweet. That's an amazing card. Otherwise, Gravedigg. You can get a 2/2 zombie or get a creature back from here, or you can get both. I mean, that's also very good. I like that. Good versatility. But I feel good about if I'm going these colors, I better take the stuff. Yeah. All right. Well, we're getting the value. So this archetype wants to do modified stuff. Like I said, my main concern is evasion to deal with getting past Eldrazi, because I feel like that's going to be common archetype, but that's okay. This would also probably fit for this archetype, but obviously I'm going to take the Ooze because it just keeps buffing things, modified creatures. So this isn't bad. Gift of the Viper. That's kind of cool, actually. You get a reach and a Death Touch counter on it for 1 mana, and it's kind of surprise. That's a late Writhing Chrysalis. And it also can be modified because it gets the counters. I think I'm actually going to take it and speculate that we might be able to go 3-color modify. It is an Eldrazi, though, so that's not exactly what this archetype wants to do, but each opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life if you've drawn 3 or more cards this turn, and it's a 3. I think I'm just going to... I really feel like we can't go wrong taking the creature lands. All right, Evolution Witness is great. Fits with the deck. Whenever counters. Wow. That's actually amazing. So you do the adapt, you get that 1 time, but anything else that puts counters on it, you get more stuff back from your graveyard. It's really nice. Probably just keep taking the adapt stuff, I'm guessing. This also works with the deck, though. Reinforce, but I'd rather get some cheap creatures that synergize. I don't think this is going to make the deck because we just don't have enough fatties, but all right, this is going to be hard to cast because you need colorless mana. It's a cool card, but I don't think we're going for that. Creation of Avacyn, let's see what's on color here. So, search your library for a card, exile it face down, then shuffle. Turn the exiled card face up. If it's a creature card, you lose life equal to its mana value. You may put the exiled card onto the battlefield if it's a creature card. If you don't, put it onto the battlefield, put it into its owner's hand. Okay. Propagator Drone. Creature tokens you control have evolve. Oh, that's cool. That's actually really good with... We just aren't going to be producing a lot of Eldrazi, I don't think. Worn Power Stone is some good ramp. We're not looking super expensive right now, though. Oh, this looks good. And it's got Trample. I kind of want to take this Dread Mask, even though it's a common. How about this Battle? Yeah, that's great versatility, too. But I'm going to go with my gut and think that the Trample is important. We'll see. Another White of the Reliquary? Yes, please. Boggart Trawler, already got that on the wheel last time. Might be able to do it again. Path of Annihilation enters the battlefield, create Eldrazi. They can tap to ramp, and whenever you cast a creature spell with mana value 7 or greater, gain 4 life. Well, I don't think we're going to do that. When you cast a spell, whenever it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each colorless creature you control. Okay. This thing's devoid, I'm sure, right? Yeah. Horrific Assault. There's Incubator. Creature spells of the chosen. Do we even have... We don't have any consistency. It feels like an easy White of the Reliquary, though, so let's take it. Spring Heart and 2-go. 2 mana, 1/1. Enchant creature gets +1/+1. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you can pay 2 if it's attached to a creature you control. If you do, create a token to copy that creature. Wow. That's unbelievable. Yeah, we're going to take that. Blood-Soaked Insight, 7 mana. Technically, we could cast it. 1 less to cast for each 1 life. Your opponent's lost this turn. Exiles top 3 cards of your library. You can play those cards until the end of your next turn. So you can't do it probably... If you don't do that immediately, you can do it the next turn. It's still very good, but not better than this. This is amazing. Yeah. You just make copies of your creatures. Is so strong. All right, Nadir's Nightblade. 3 mana, 1/3. Whenever a token you control leaves the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. So I don't think we're going to need that. I mean, Signature Slam is definitely what this deck wants to do. We don't really need wastes. This is more artifact-based, and we don't really have the artifacts to support that. Could just take another Signature Slam. Probably feel just fine about it. We have a lot of creatures already. And it's one-sided removal. So, yeah. Another Colossal Dread Mask. I'm kind of okay with that. 2 Drownyard Lurkers, awkwardly enough. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter it. Huh. Well, Idol of False Gods. Oh yeah, this is good. We're not going to be able to take advantage of that. I'd probably just do another Dread Mask. Just get all the Tramplers. But, especially since you can, re-equip. for 5. This technically fixes. I could see taking that too. But you know what? I'm going to take that, and then we're probably good. I can actually look for lands that fix. This could get red. I just don't know if we're going to need to go 3 color. Vetted Gargantua. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters opponent, you may draw 2 cards. If you do, you lose 2 life. It's still pretty good. This lets you get cards, which is cool. It takes a little while. But I'm going to take the Gargantua. I don't know if that's right. I mean, I feel like I don't know what I'm getting from this that's like bomb. I mean, you could get a Dread Mask, which technically isn't a creature, so you wouldn't lose the life. That's kind of nice. Gravedigg is going to be good. I could just take the landscape now, though. I kind of like just taking the landscape. Because it's like just free fixing for the deck, basically. And I just don't think we're going to need the Chrysalis. Repurposer. When you cast this and when it dies, you get a spawn token. It's not bad. It says Menace. Okay, this kind of makes sense for the deck because Connive. I mean, you get a loot out of it too. This makes more sense to me than the Repurposer. We want all this modified shenanigans for like our actual synergy cards. Yeah. More fight stuff. Sorcery speed, but also buffs. And as a land. It's pretty nice. Path of Annihilation. We saw that already. Could take the Horrific Assault. How many Eldrazi? I think we just have, yeah, 1. I mean, you don't need Eldrazi for this card to be playable, but because it's still one-sided removal. We have a lot of fight cards, though. I'm not necessarily concerned about that, but just something to keep in mind. Foul Strike, probably more of a sideboard card. It's all right. We have, I mean, plenty of playables here. You know, I'm not in these. Well, it's still a playable card, I feel like. I don't think we're going to end up playing it, but I was going to say we could pass it because we're not playing it. But okay, this is technically something we could play. Whenever a Lurgoyf permanent card is put into your graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, put it onto the battlefield. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a Tarmogoyf token. Wow, that's so sweet. We can actually play this too. Anywhere other than the battlefield. Well, we're not going to mill ourselves, but whenever one, I mean, just making a Tarmogoyf token each turn sounds incredible. So, sack a land, target creature you control gains Shroud until end turn. That's a great card. It just protects from removal. Wooded Foothills would be great, but I'm going to take decent. We can technically play this card too. I might just look for lands that fix now. Like Sheltering Landscape technically fixes for red too and green. Otherwise, let me just read what Grim Severin does. Search the library card, mana value 3, mana value less than or equal to Devotion to Black, and put it in your hand. It's actually kind of cool too. Draw's Claw. I see. Probably don't need that. It's more for red-black. Maybe just take Sheltering Landscape now. Deceptive Landscape fixes for our main colors, but this would fix for our splash color. I don't think we're doing the Lurker. We could still do the Chrysalis, but I don't know if it's necessary. I mean, you get basically it's a 4-mana 4/5 kind of, isn't it? That's modified. That is pretty good. The Necro Bloom. Could we cast this too? Whenever land enters battlefield under your control, create a plant. If you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2 black zombie. Okay. Well, I don't think we're gonna go for that. Oh, this is cool. Make your green. We have a lot of green spells, but yeah, it does make our most expensive spells cheaper. I could see this as actual pseudo ramp. I mean, it's arguably better than ramp because it's harder to target. It lets you cast almost all of our top end at a cheaper cost. I could see taking that. Oh, well, I did take it, so we'll try it. Perilous Landscape, no fixing there. Dread Mobile. Oh, that's cool. It's got Menace too. Got a Death Touch Spirit. This is a kill spell. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Kill spell that also modifies a creature. I kind of like that. I mean, we have enough creatures. I can take a ton of removal and probably be happy. Oh, this fixes our mana, so we probably just want this. Another chance to get Necro Bloom, don't need it. We saw that already. Worn Power Stone we don't need. Yeah, I think we gotta take this. It's better than Sheltering Landscape because, well, it doesn't fix for red, but I think the fact that it fixes for black and the fact that it's just fixes for our main colors and is a pretty valuable looking spell. Protection from removal and buffs, so it modifies too. Gift the Viper is actually kind of cool. That can let us get instants. I really don't think we're going to be drawing 3 or more cards a turn very often at all. This probably just makes, well, this kind of makes sense because you can cycle it and ramp, but I'll take it. I mean, Gift to the Viper would be okay too. I just don't think we're going to probably have space for it. All right, I mean, Evolution Witness just seems incredible in here, getting stuff back like crazy. Nothing else we really need. Propagator Drone, we saw this already, right? Creature tokens control have evolved. That is good. We just don't have enough. Oh, this has Reach and Trample and Cascade. That's really good. I think I'm just going to take the Sheltering Landscape to help cast Disa, because Disa seems really good. You're just spitting out Tarmogoyf tokens. I don't know how that's getting our graveyard, though, but all right. I feel fine taking a Safekeeper. I don't think it's a wasted slot. Oh, this is good, too, though. That makes a lot of stuff, but protection from removal is pretty good. We could also just take a removal spell, but this is a rare effect. I'm going to take it. All right, Deceptive Landscape. Technically more fixing. So this has Adapt. Oh, and it gives him Trample. Yeah, we definitely want this. That's nice. We'll just take the black card. I don't think we have space for that. We have a lot of cuts to make. We ended up with a lot of lands, though, which is nice. A lot of tap lands, though, but honestly, our curve is not horrible. It's really not a horrible curve, because this... I don't even know if we necessarily need to splash for the Chrysalis. I mean, we've got 10 cuts to make. I'm not convinced we need 2 mountains if we have 2 Sheltering Landscape. So green, black, green, black, green, red, green, red. Well, 12, 13, 14, this is only 16. We'll take a look. We got to make cuts first here. So, oh yeah, these are lands too. Set all my stuff that are lands on the side, because we're going to end up definitely cutting some lands because of that. I don't know if I mean, it's hard to not play spell lands, just because it's, even though they enter tapped, it's just so useful. Like, even if you have to pay the 3 life, sometimes you just got to do it to get a 3/1 down. I'm looking for all of them. Yeah, we have 4 of them. And these are all tap lands too? No, they're not tap lands. Well, no, they are tap lands. But you can also randomly cycle. I don't think, unfortunately, we can't cycle any of these. That's okay, but just something to think about. So I would say you can run these one for one as lands. It's probably a little less of a good idea because we're also kind of a mana hungry deck with all this adapt. It's true. And we have 20 creatures, so we can cut some creatures. We have a ton of removal in here. This is definitely not a 1-drop. It's more like probably a 5-drop at least like a 4-drop if you're gonna bestow it. So we can start cutting some irrelevant stuff for the deck. I still like the ramp, so I don't want to cut that. especially the medallion. We have a ton of green in here, so medallion's actually kind of sweet. Doesn't make the Tusker any cheaper. And this just gives a one-time ramp, but I think I like the Dread Mask more because of the trample. I could see cutting the Tusker. It's just the versatility of that is very nice. But we want to go for all this modified stuff because we have this gives modified value. Where's the other thing that does? I don't know if we need the Writhing Chrysalis. This isn't worth the splash, in my opinion. And I don't think we need the Tusker. It's not bad. It's just, I don't think we need it. So I've got, oh, we've got another red there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 red sources. It's really not bad for one card. So I could probably cut maybe a swamp and a forest. And then these are, you know, additional lands. So really it's like, it's like having 19 mana sources, which is really nice. And White of the Reliquary, technically, we can sack creatures. I don't know if I want the Marauders. Each player sacks. We don't, you know, it's non-token though, so they can't sack an Eldrazi. That's true. That is actually nice. Yeah, I could actually see that being kind of valuable. It's basically only going to sack itself is the only downside, but I don't know if that's a huge deal. So this can get Menace. This isn't incredible. It doesn't have lifelink though, which is nice against aggro. We don't need Foul Strike. Definitely don't need Foul Strike. Nantuko, we're definitely jamming. Curse Wombat, this is the one that's whenever one of more, okay, you get additional, yeah, multiple of this would have been really good. That's okay. This, I guess, almost wants you to be self-mill. I mean, it does feed itself, but it's okay. We cut our Eldrazi, so Horrific Assault is still worse. It's still very playable, in my opinion. Signature Slam is quite a bit more expensive, but it's also instant speed, so that's pretty relevant. We're going to keep Breather last, just a one of. Oh yeah, we definitely are not playing Monstrous Vortex. Doesn't do anything in this deck, except with like Disa. So we don't need that. We're at 18 creatures. I definitely want this Oozewag. And you can adapt at instant speed too, which is great. So we, like I said, we're actually kind of a mana hungry deck with all the adapt, with the bestow, with the re-equipping living weapons. We can utilize mana. So I don't mind running 19 mana sources in here and trying to find 4 other cuts somehow. And I'm still kind of this is definitely slightly worse because it's probably the only elf in our... No, we have 3 elves somehow. Where are other elves? Yeah, where are... I don't even know where my other elves are. Okay. The Witnesses. All right, but that's actually quite a bit better. Because this could end up just like helping pay adapt costs easily, or getting a Dread Mask out on turn 4 maybe. Like turn 2 Titania, turn 3 Witness, turn 4 you've got easy Dread Mask. That's pretty nice actually. What's the Scurryless Sentry do? The only reason I like this is you get a loot off of it. So if you are getting flooded, and it, you know, it works with the deck as a modified card. But I'm gonna have a hard time making some cuts here, so I still kind of want to try the Safekeeper because I just like the idea of mid to late game having protection from removal. It's just nice. It can even protect itself. So I could see that being good. I might cut the Sentry. I don't want to, but I feel like it's just something we can do. This lets us draw cards and lose life. We don't have a lot of ways to draw cards, and I just got rid of a way to do it, so I'd rather not do more, but Evolution Witness is actually just a really nice way to get stuff back, too. But getting stuff back and drawing cards is also different. Jeez. Gotta make 3 more cuts. Yeah. And 2 could probably be creatures. So the next weakest creature, I kind of feel like, is the Fetid Gargantua. I could dump the Marauders, but the fact that they can't sack Eldrazi is pretty relevant, actually. This could be a decent removal spell. But kind of just feels like something that could be on the chopping block. I mean, the Trawler is really not that impressive a card. It's just the fact that it can be a creature that randomly could occasionally have upside, and also is a land in a pinch. It's hard to overstate the value of that, because that is just very good. I mean, I could just cut the Marauders and the Gargantua and call it a deck, because that feels like the one that's on the chopping block. Because we still have plenty of removal without the Accursed Marauders. We still have Horrific Assault. We still have Wither and Bloom. We still have 2 Signature Slams. We have Breathe Your Last. We have Bridgeworks Battles. We have like 6 removal spells. And Stump Stop, 7. So 7 removal spells. All right. Color-wise, twice as much green as black. That's actually good to know. This is green too, though, so it's 5, 6, 7, 8. So 9, 10, 11, 12 green, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 black, and 1, 2, 3, 4 red. That actually seems fine to me. I don't know what to think about this deck. It's got the trample going for it. We've got huge over-the-top trample stuff, so we'll see if that's good enough to get her done. And run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right. Well, we're definitely going to keep this, and we're going to play the Stump Stomp on turn 1 as a land, because then we can actually get Disa out, potentially on turn 5 if we're lucky. Don't want to copy it, though, because it's a legend. But we'll play this, get a land. Turn 3, Witness. I guess the Adapt doesn't do too much, but could copy it and make some copies of it. Dross Claw. Well, we can do the landscape since we can't cycle it anyway, and get green, because I think, well, actually get black because we already have double green access. All right. All right, Medallion. So technically, if we play Medallion this turn, we can do Disa next turn. Turn 4, 5, 6. So that might just make the most sense, because then after Disa, we can play Dread Mask too, if we draw land. So I think I'll do that, because I don't think the Witness does that much here anyway, except block a Dross Claw. So, all right, we'll do this plus the Medallion. Medallion would have been a whole lot better last turn, but that's okay. Guess we could do the Nantuko. I don't know what that really does, though. We're not going to be able to pay the landfall for a while, so I don't think that's the right move. Right now, a Tarmogoyf isn't that big, but just the fact that it makes creatures each turn is pretty sweet. All right. Kind of feels like they have a kill spell, but that's okay. We'll go for Disa. Could technically get it back with Witness at some point. If we draw land, we can slam the Mask. If we don't draw land, we can play, I guess, Witness plus Dream Drinker or Witness plus Adapt. and get back Disa. And then we at least have a 4/3 to trade with a repurposer. Look at top 4, put a land. If you don't, put a card from among in your hand. Okay, so it's like a ramp, or that's cool. All right, got the 5th land, so we can attack with Disa and then slam a Colossal Dread Mask. I could actually leave that back, but I have a feeling they're going for something big, so I'm just going to attack. Yeah, they can do that. That's fine. This kind of slows down their 7-drop play. And so technically this is a modified creature because it's enchanted, or sorry, equipped. So they did get big dude, but we have Signature Slam, so we're kind of okay. All right, so we have Breathe Your Last as well. Pretty nice. We're kind of in decent shape here. So then I have I could do the Witness. I'm trying to think. They have 2 cards. I kind of want to save this Breathe Your Last for a bigger Eldrazi. So I could see doing the Witness. All right, let's do Witness here. I guess we can Signature Slam first because I'm not going to have the mana to modify plus do that. So let's do this. Oh, it's instant speed though. So I guess we do want to do it on their turn. So we'll just play the Witness and leave up Breathe Your Last and Signature Slam. If they cast something, we'll do Signature Slam. If they leave up all their mana, then I'll probably just do Breathe Your Last. Because I feel like Signature Slam is still going to be able to kill something huge. So they pretty much tapped out for this, so I'm just going to do Signature Slam now. So I'm actually going to put it on the Witness to get back the land. And this is also modified, so they don't have any colored mana, so this is okay. All right, staying back. So I can do the Nantuko. Any of my creatures deal damage, so we're going to get a Tarmogoyf. Do I need to do the Nantuko plus a landfall to copy a Witness? Because copying this doesn't make sense, so I guess I'm okay with that. So we'll do the Bestow on the Witness. And then we can do landfall, pay 2. Make a copy. which I can also adapt so I can get stuff back. It's pretty nice, actually. We're just going to get in with these two. And the thing has trample, so we're going to make a Tarmogoyf. It's actually kind of awkward because oh, it's a 4/5 in all graveyards. I forgot that Tarmogoyf is all graveyards. I'm going to leave a Breather last here. Just casually making 4/5s every turn. All right, let's see if they got a board wipe here, huh? Oh, they do. Well, we've got the Dread Mask, so we're kind of, believe it or not, okay. There's nothing I can get back from our graveyard. I can't get anything out of range. So that's fine. We get to keep our Nantuko, though. And make insects. I can just go for mask play here. Could just kill this, but I'm pretty sure I can beat it, so I'd much rather just do that. So we have 6. So I mean, another option is to play this, pay for it, get an insect, and then just play a mask. Since I can't kill him anyway, I'm kind of okay with that. Oh, you don't even have to? Wow, that's really nice. All right, well, we're gonna just equip then. And attack with a 7/7 trample. And I'm okay doing the vampire too. They somehow wipe the board. I've got another Dread Mask, so all right, cool. See you for the next one. This hand is fine. We have 3 lands, so we can keep it. We have all 3 colors, I guess. No, we don't. We don't have black. That's a bit awkward, but I still think we're gonna keep it. I'd probably do the landscape for. Oh well, there's our black mana. Okay, I'm gonna play the trawler, and we'll have it enter tapped. Oh, maybe I didn't want to do that. Well, I don't know if it was it worth. Actually, it might have been worth paying the 3 life to play a vampire as a on turn 2. Now that I think about it, I guess I still can with the battle. Actually, yeah, that's true. All right. Okay, we're going to. I'm going to pay the 3 life. Because actually, this works out really nice because if they don't kill it, I can adapt it next turn, gain my life back, get in for 3, and still play a tap land. And not really care. Ooh, Ophiomancer. It's a good one. So they can't actually block this turn. So, because it'll have Menace. But that's fine. So we'll do the Vamp. Because I don't have anything else right now. All right. We'll play the Landscape. And we'll get in for 3. And pass. So we can actually do Nantuko, play land, just copy vampire. It's pretty nice, actually. Okay. It's fine. Oh, that's cool. So they can adapt. Could just drop the Oozwag now, too. Got some options. Yeah. Options are... I mean... I can't... Oh... Yeah, I wouldn't be able to attack, but just starting to make copies of the vampire is not bad. Plus, if they put remove... Like, if they remove it, I don't know if I even care. You know what? I'm just gonna... Although if I play this tapped, I can do decent next turn. That is actually pretty good. So I could just do white. I could attack with vampire. Okay. Let's attack with vampire. They probably block. If they don't, I'm okay if they... I think that's fine too. Okay. That's fine. And then we'll go stump stomp, tap land, plus white. And then next turn I can do... I didn't sack this. That's surprising. Next turn I can do Disa though. And I'll have a vigilant attacker. Sure, that's okay. I still have Disa next turn. I can get my... I mean, I have plenty of green mana right now, so I don't really need to sack the landscape. So let's go land, Disa. And if they can't kill Disa, I can actually go... attack with everything, huh? I was gonna say, it's pretty brave. All right. All right. It's acceptable. Not the end of the world. So I can drop the Dread Mask now. I can't attack with the Disa because it doesn't have trample. Oh yeah, another reason to not sack this is you want to wait until you have Nantuko because you get the landfall out of it. Very true. All right, let's play the land and let's play the Dread Mask and then pass. We're going to have to find a way to deal with the Condor, but I do like that I can attack with Dread Mask and trample in past their Death Toucher to make a Tarmogoyf and then just keep equipping the Tarmogoyf. So they have to deal with Dread Mask or this trample is going to be a big deal. Oh, well, it's technically one way to do it. Ooh, signature slam. Wow, that's a nice way to do it. So what I can do, yeah, this is nice actually. I can attack with my Dread Mask. And then I can signature slam their... If they block with the Dread Mask, they might just block with their Death Touch Snake, in which case I'll signature slam anyway. But either way, we're going to make a Tarmogoyf here pretty clearly. I want to see how they block anyway. that's fine, because we're still making Tarmogoyf, so I'll kill... I guess they can re-equip, though. 6. Yeah, it's a tough one. We're making a Tarmogoyf, though, so that makes me feel better. I still feel like I probably need to kill the Condor. They don't have any artifact creatures they can modulate onto. And then I guess I follow up with an Oozewag. Okay. Oh. I probably modify the Disa, huh? That makes more sense. Yeah. Makes way more sense. I should have attacked with Disa. I should have done this different, I think. Yeah. Okay. I should have done this different, but it's not the end of the world. But I should have attacked with Disa too. I should have played the Oozewag, attacked with both. Yeah, this would have been smarter. I mean, it's not the end of the world. And I guess technically I have a blocker now against their Dread Mask, which is nice, but... Alright, we'll go land, we'll play Oozewag here. I guess, yeah, me having a blocker for their Dread Mask is actually kind of nice. Now they can't re-equip their Dread Mask. That's actually kind of a big deal. Because I'm going to be able to make another Tarmogoyf here and slam them for a bunch. Seven. This keeps 5, so... All right. So I can actually do the Nantuko here on the... I could do it on the Goyf, I could do it on the Oozewag. And the Oozewag technically gets bigger. Alright. I'm going to bestow on the Oozewag here. And the reason I'm doing it now is so that I can still equip Dread Mask. I was going to say sack the landscape and still get copies, but I don't know if that's true. So 2 creatures died, so it becomes an 8/8. Okay. We're at 7/7, I mean. I didn't even see Ulamog in there. They discarded it. Okay. It's not indestructible, is it? No. So it has Annihilator 2. Okay. This is bigger too because they discarded stuff. That's good to know. So I can go land, spit on another Oozewag, equip Dread Mask. I don't have to do it in that order though, because I can just equip my Goyf, get in. It's bigger than Ulamog. All my guys have trample right now. I need to keep that in mind too. It's 11, 12. So technically I have 16, 21 damage. They have 9, 12, 13, 21. So I don't have lethal yet, but that's all right. So I can still attack with my modified dude. Kill Ulamog if I want, because they can't just block with a snake. I still net a Goyf, so they're still in trouble. Yeah. And then we go land, and we pay 2 and get another Bushwag. So if they use basically all their mana to equip the Dread Mask on the Defiler, I just have to block enough to not die, and then I think I'm okay. So this has Menace as well, but I have a lot of, I mean, that becomes a 15-15. I still can reasonably block that, I think. Okay, let me just play a little 1-4. Okay. So we'll sack a couple lands if they attack with Ulamog. But they might be staying back, too, for some protection. Yeah, they are. I think we still are going to have lethal, though. I believe. Because I can... Let's see. Because I can... All my stuff will be modified once I equip. Probably want to split it as much as possible. Yeah, so I'll modify this. And then if I modify this, all my dudes will have trample. So they currently have 15, 16, 23, 25, but I just attack with everything. And everything's modified. And trample will get them. Because I can modify it instant speed too, right? Yeah. So that's fine. This just costs 3. I could adapt now just to be cautious, but it doesn't really matter. We just attack like this, and they can't stop all the damage. All of our stuff's trampling over. They got 2 life. They just can't stop it. That was sweet. All right. See you for the next one. All right. Well, this is good enough. You know, Nantuko on Breeze Night Titanium with Nyxborn Hydra is actually something I'd never considered before, but that's actually kind of sweet. It's actually really sweet, to tell the truth. So let's go Titania. We're going to have ridiculous ramp with this Nantuko. Because next turn I can go Nantuko Bestow, play land, make a copy, and I already have 2 on the board that each ramp for 2. And it's only going to escalate from there with this Hydra. So that's actually just ridiculous. Yeah, and then sack this, and I get another one. So next turn with Nyxborn Hydra. Oh, God. Hydra's gonna be so much. Alright, so I think I actually go land. I need to do the math. 5, 10, 15, 20, 22, 23. So it's plus 21, plus 21. What turn is this? Wait, this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23 mana. So 21, yeah. Yeah, you know, just 25, 25. What turn was that? Turn 5? Wow. All right, see you for the next one. All right, good looking hand here. We get to go Medallion into Witness. That's right, we have 2 Witnesses. So saving the landscapes for Nantuko value is probably pretty good. What is this? Whenever 2 or more creatures attack with an oil counter, move 2 oil counters, exile another target non-land permanent. Its controller draws 2 cards. Wow, that's pretty strong. We don't have any black mana, but at least currently that's not a huge deal. We may want to sack the landscape, actually, now that I think about it, to get something back with Witness. That makes sense. All right, that's fine. So we'll go Witness. And we'll play a land. Get another green mana from that. That way I can adapt and get back a landscape. So I can at least keep hitting land drops, which might be relevant with this Bestow dude too. Can exile any non-land permanent, so they can deal with the Nantuko. Surprised they're staying back, but I'm gonna, oops, not that one. I'm gonna crack this for a forest. Okay, so we'll get a forest. All right, untap. All right, so we have our black land now. I can also bestow. They could exile our Nantuko, I guess. But I could still at least hit. And we draw 2. Kind of okay with that. They have to use 2 lands for it too. I'm gonna go for it. Because if they actually if they exile in response, I can still adapt and get my land back. And I get priority once it gets on there. So they can't even exile until I play a land and make a copy of it. And if they remove in response, my Nantuko still comes into play and spits out insects, so I'm okay with that too. Yeah, we still get our bestow though. Oh, I could have done it in response. That's right. Well, I guess I didn't do that. I just missed out on getting a land back though. Yeah, I don't know how big of a deal that is. Let's play a landscape because I can just spit out some insects. And then we can play another witness. And pass. And I can get... I guess I can just crack this now to get the extra insect. Get another black mana. Deck then a little bit, I guess. So Signature Slam is going to look okay once I use this witness. It's whenever 2 or more creatures attack. Oh wow, that's including mine too. That's actually kind of crazy. That's pretty good. That is actually pretty good. So I can use witness and adapt to get back land. Guess we can do another of this. So I'm just gonna attack with this one for now. I'm okay slamming it. Because we'll get another thing out of the yard here. We might as well sack this now. I mean, I guess I could do it on their turn in case they have removal, but that's okay. I'm trying to build enough 1/1s up where I won't put too many counters on that dais rather, but that's okay. So they only have 1 mana now. Horrific Assault, that's nice. So you can just do the assault because they don't have enough to adapt. And it's one-sided removal, so even if they pump it, it's not gonna trade. And I don't really want to put oil counters on their thing. I can't believe it's any 2 creatures attack. That's really good. funny. This is silly. I should have. I'm not gonna be able to get the land back this time. I really wasn't expecting the second one though. I don't have anything to get back. Oh wait, I do. I don't want to. That's so ridiculous. All right, we'll see you for the next one. Well, the good news is we can keep this hand. Bad news is it's a little bit slow, but that's okay. We get turn 3 white of the reliquary. I mean, I guess I could pay the... That's true, actually. I could pay the life. That probably means I just get my green mana turn 1. Turn 2, I pay 3 life with Trawler, because this is a better spell anyway, I think. Although, I'd rather have this in my graveyard to make white better. That's true, but that's okay. We'll do this first. And we'll get green mana. And then I'll play Trawler. Oh, wow. For 2 mana? And you can... That's a sweet rare. I'm going to Wither and Bloom that. Because that's really good. So we wanted green, right? Yeah. And I'm not gonna mess around here. We're just dealing with that right away. That's so ridiculous, actually. They can just discard 2 cards and make it bigger. That's so strong. And they can activate it multiple times a turn. That card's amazing. I should have done it on their turn, I guess. I totally spaced on the fact that they can just do it multiple times. I mean, that is an amazing card. I mean, that was actually pretty costly doing it that way. I needed to do Wither and Bloom on their turn. I was trying to play around a counterspell, but it doesn't make sense given how strong Psychic Frog's ability is. Yeah, God, that card is incredible. All right, well, I guess I can play this, play the white, and then I can at least block and make it indestructible. It doesn't really do anything for me. I mean, they got an answer here and we're toast, but I feel like I have to set up for a Bridgeworks battle. Basically, I'm going to make them discard 2 more cards. Problem is, it doesn't even really matter that much. Yeah, like I can fight it and they just discard 2 cards. They still can make it a 5/6. I'm trying to think. I just am just short enough. Well, at least I have Vigilance, but this has Death Touch, so. All right, how do I do this? Sorcery Speed, too. Okay, so we go land. I think I at least see how to do it. We go land. We go Wombat. we go Wither and Bloom on white. Jeez. This is a sticky, real sticky situation here. So, I mean, if I can resolve a Bridgeworks battle on the frog, at least I can take care of that, but... Oh, they have removal? If they have removal, I mean, we're done. But... that Psychic Frog is incredible. What an incredible 2-drop. Yeah, all right, we're definitely toast now. I want it on the bottom. It's no good to me anymore. Well, at least they're down to... Oh, they're going to be at 2 cards. Yeah. I mean, it's just a maddeningly strong card. That's so... I mean, it's just so incredibly strong. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just dead now. I don't have the red mana to cast this. I'm trying to think how I do this. Like, I can play Safekeeper to chump the frog, take 3. Okay. And then... I don't know what my plan is, though. Somehow I need Disa out. So somehow I need to play Disa and not die still, but I don't know how that's happening, so I think it's over. Well, Psychic Frog. This format's going to have a lot of unbelievably broken cards. Psychic Frog seems like one of them. I mean, especially on turn 2. I think that's the main problem. That on turn 2 is just... And they can give it flying on top of that by exiling 3 cards. I mean, that's an absurd card. All right, we'll see for the next one. All right. Yeah, this is a great hand because we have the Titanian and Tuco combo again. So I think we're actually just going to do a turn 1. Oh, we don't have any green mana, though. I probably still risk it, to be honest. It's just so powerful that, especially with this Dread Mask in hand, I think we're just going to hope that we can find it. So I guess there's no reason to play a Trawler now. I might need to play this as a creature until I can find green mana. All right, perfect. So now at least we can go Priest. And then next turn we can do the Bestow synergy here. All right, so we go in a Tuco, Bestow, Priest, land, and pay. And then we're definitely doing Trawler, because now we can protect Priest. I mean, not this turn, but next turn we can even protect Priest, which is insane. They have the kill spell, they stop the plan, but why'd they do it on the token? Wow. That's crazy. Why would you do that? So we do trawler enter tapped and auto pay. Now we have, yeah, we have the repass step. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it up like this. This is fine. Because next turn we can play the repass, copy again, then we can play Dread Mask, and then it doesn't really matter if the priest dies. I'm just gonna take another 3. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, totally fine. All right. Or if we draw a land, I'll do that instead. But yeah, they really did not make the right choice there, in my opinion. So we'll do this. Pay. Now we do Dread Mask. And then next turn, another Dread Mask? Wow. Just access to 14 mana. Another Psychic Frog. Well, I think I could actually presumably beat Psychic Frog this time, so that's good. Yeah, let's go land. Pay another 2. So they can discard 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. But we have modified stuff. And they only have 1, so we can do Horrific Assault and kill the frog. Do I want them to try and discard first? Sort of. They can't discard enough to get by both my modified creatures, though. So we're just going to get in for 6 here first. And they probably just take it, I'm guessing, which is fine. So now we can Signature Slam. Do I need to? No. No, we don't. We'll just get in for 6. And then we're going to go Dread Mask. And then we assault the frog. And if they discard 1,000,000,000 cards, we just slam, but I don't think they're going to. I mean, if they do, we just get them with the slam. We just get rid of their whole hand, yeah. I think they're going to concede here. What was it? All right, so they just lost their whole hand. Good. Sounds good to me. All right. See you for the next one. All right. Yeah, we can keep this. It's fine, actually. We can get our... Well, I was going to say we can get our green mana from the landscape, but I guess we'd really rather get our red mana, wouldn't we? Yeah. All right. It's a little risky here, but... I mean, I guess I could wait. Well, if I get my green mana, I can eventually sack something to get my... I'm just going to get that. I'm going to assume we'll find green mana at some point. I'm going to get my red and just get my splash color out of the way because I have decent in hand. It just makes the most sense to me. So, all right, let's do the red. And then we'll do Trawler and pay 3 life and do the Vampire. And then I can adapt next turn or play the Medallion. Faithful Watchdog, huh? It's a cool card. It's got Vigilance too. All right, well, we don't have a third land, do we? Guess not. That thing's got Vigilance too. It's pretty good. Let's see if they have a fight spell here. Ooh, what's this do? If you gain life this turn, create a cat. Whoa. What does this do? 2 mana? Wow. 6/6 Vigilance. It's pretty sweet. This thing's got first strike, huh? Alright, well, Breather Last is not the worst. Alright, so puts us in a tough spot. I guess I have to block here and kill the auxiliary. Doesn't have trample, right? No, okay. You get to make 2 if you have the City's Blessing. They definitely have the City's Blessing. All right, we're toast. We'll see you for the next one. Emerald Medallion sure looks awkward when you have 2 swamps and a mountain out. All right, well, yeah, we can keep this. So we don't have a red mana, but that's irrelevant right now. I can play this as a dual land. But I'd rather, I guess, crack these and get my... Let's get a black mana first. All right, and we'll do this and get a green mana, I guess. I guess I probably didn't need to do it like this, did I? I could have played the tap. Yeah, that might have made more sense. Because then I could do a turn 3 ooze. Yeah, that probably would have been smarter. I mean, it turned out okay because I'm still going to get a white, but... Well, I guess I'd rather that die than my ooze. Well, let's do the Oozewag first here. Better use of mana, so I think it makes sense. Actually, if they kill Oozewag, at least we have Witness to get stuff back. That's not bad. They probably have a fight spell, is my guess. Oh, well, that's fine too. So then we'll do Witness, and we'll get it back now. I guess the white was cheaper. I wonder if that would have been smarter. I don't know. Get my Witness to get the Witness back. I mean, we're going to be pretty... I feel like we're good against spot removal with double Witness. That's going to be tough to overcome, I think. Yeah. Sure. I mean, they're not beating us down fast enough where I'm worried about this, so... I can get my red mana now, too. I'll take it. I mean, we're beaten down harder than they are, so I'm fine with that. Alright, we'll discard a... probably a... whenever I put a counter on this, I'm getting something back. So I can get rid of the Oozewag and just get it back. Yeah, that's fine. No problem. All right, let's get our mountain. Ooh, white. Nice. Let's get in. And then we can go ooze. Let's see. Ooze. Can't do that, plus white and leave out Breathe Your Last, so I think I'm just going to leave out Breathe Your Last. Because now, if I modify, I can just get stuff back, which puts them in a tough spot. I can just sack the Witness, right? Guess I don't have any lifelink coming, so I'll just kill the... Yeah, I could kill the flyer, but I'm going to kill this. Alright, so now we can go Witness, modify, and get back Witness, and adapt, and then we attack. And put another counter on Witness, and then we get back, I don't know, Oozewag maybe. Which one do they take from my hand? Alright. Well, it's actually a 4/4. It's pretty good. Ooh, we got the Disa. Oh, that's pretty dang Disa. And what does this have? Okay. Okay. So we can do Cursed Wombat. It's a 3, 5, 7. So we can do both of these. So Cursed Wombat. We'll do Disa. Let's see. Can attack with Ooze and Witness. Yeah, let's just do that. It's fine. They don't have great blocks here anyway, so. We get the Tarmogoyf token, yeah. Just spitting out Tarmogoyfs now. They kill these so we get it back with the Witness. Now they can't adapt it, but that would have been a lot of mana anyway. Oh wow, that's nice. They do have 2 cards in hand, so I can do the, yeah. Well, sweet. Do we have any more, or is that the last one? I think we have one more, at least. All right, great hand. Wow, Wombat with Nantuko is actually really sweet. I mean, it's not as good as the Elf, but that's still really slick. You get enough of those Wombats out, huh? I might do the, I wonder if I do the white first. The whites grow whenever a creature dies. That's kind of a good one too, but the Wombat in multiples just seems absurd to me. All right. We're going to do Wombat. And then we're just going to bestow next turn. I think. I guess if I draw a land, I won't bestow next turn. Because, well, then it's not best use of mana, but maybe I still do it anyway. What's this do? Oh, energy. Well, that's cool. That's nice. We drew the land, so now I kind of want to do white instead plus tap land. That gets bigger. Wow. Give it first strike. It's kind of sweet. It just keeps getting bigger, huh? Well, let's do the white. And we'll do Stump Stomp and then pass. All right, they didn't do the thing, so we'll do this. If they kill it, we still get to play a land, so it's fine. And we can sack it now too, which is great. So yeah, we'll just pay attention here. They have a kill spell. We, I guess, sack it in response. They have a bounce spell. I think we just let it happen. Because I'd still rather have the wombat rather than... Oh. Ramping is nice, though, and deck thinning. But with this hand, I'd probably still rather have a wombat. This thing is a big problem. So it's going to lose all abilities, and they get 2 of them, huh? I see. It's pretty good. Guess now I'd rather sack it. Oh, well, that's nice, actually. We can get these lands, too. Okay, so we'll get one of our dual lands, because that's going to work better with our Nantuko, so we'll just spit that out. And actually, I can get the wombat back, so it works out okay. With the witness, I mean. I'm okay with that. So I breathe your last mana too. So we'll land. I'm gonna play the witness. Why is it leaving up all my... Oh, I see. It's leaving up my black mana for breathe your last. No, I don't think I'm gonna... No, I think I'd rather tap like... Yeah, I'd rather tap like... guess I'd rather tap like this. So I can adapt. Get my wombat back. And yeah, I can crack the landscape whenever for my, guess, more black mana. I don't want to actually attack with the Nantuko because they might have destroy target tap creature effect or whatever. And the Spring Art Nantuko is just going to be a little, you know, token maker for us. So let's leave it alone. I mean, now if they attack, we just stick a White of the Reliquary in front of it. Feel pretty good about getting that back. Yeah, this is just amazing for us. Like, I could block with the Witness, but I'm not going to play around tricks. I'd rather just get White of the Reliquary in the yard and get it back. Because I can just get a billion lands. Sure. I see. It's only when it dies. Whatever. It's fine. Guess I could have just, yeah, you know what? That might have been smarter. I was just thinking I should have blocked with Springheart and Antuco. Because then I could have reattached it to Witness. That would have worked better. That would have worked better. We still basically are going to get every land in our deck and draw all action now, which is good, but in hindsight, that would have been a smarter way to do it. I mean, if I have a way to get I still can do it if I have a way to get another counter on Witness and I sack Nantuko to white. So it's not the end of the world, but that would have just been a lot easier. We'll leave up Breather last. It's not the end of the world. Could still potentially get that back at some point if I put more counters on Witness. So, be surprised if they, wow. So now I'm just going to block with Witness because I have Breather last. So they have a trick, I just kill it in response and feel pretty good about it. And I could stick the Nantuko in front of the superconductor if I knew I had a way to get it back, but for now I still want it as like a draw card engine. That was odd. Safekeeper. Well, that's cool. Doesn't do a whole heck of a lot for me right now, but I mean, I'm going to sandbag this, I think. I don't have a need for one more 1/1 right now. And if Nantuko, like I said, if I have a way to get Nantuko in my yard, and I can get a counter on Witness, I can get it back and bestow it again and get a little infinite Witness train going. With Safekeeper out, I can even block the superconductor, which is kind of nice. Sure. I can breathe your last on that, actually. You have 2 cards left. I kind of like it. Let's just kill it. Because we have Safekeeper, so they can't even kill our guys if they pay the energy. So they have to do 4. Okay. You have 1 card left. All right. Seems fine. Oh, well, that's nice. Hmm. I'm gonna fight this now. See if they can counter that. I have Safekeeper, so I'm not really afraid of anything they can do here. I mean, like I said, I really didn't care about Mantuko going to the yard, but just seems like an easy way to do it. They can double block Witness. I'm okay with that too. So I can play the Trawler, get rid of their yard. We know they have multiple Jolted Awake, I guess. All right. So they only end up getting 1 of these cards, which is nice. So basically they get, you know, the best of 4 cards here, and then the rest are going to get exiled. Well, geez, if they're, I guess they can't cast that, so it makes sense. All right. Not super relevant. I mean, it can block, but I don't think we really care all that much. Let's see. Get in for 6. They block a 1/1. They take 5. Or would I rather just have them take 3? Probably rather just have them take 3. So they have, what they got? Skyclaw. All right. Could be a problem. Oh, that was a great draw. Great draw. Super strong draw. Just a ridiculous draw. So we'll get in. Now we're just going to make Tarmogoyfs. I guess we might as well attack with all of them. Doesn't matter. Or does it? I don't think it does. I can block. Yeah. If I do this, attack with these 4. Well, if I do that, I might as well attack with these 4. Leave the priest back. Because we're already going to hit him. Yeah. Well, how are they blocking? Free block, trade with Trawler. So if I attack with priest, yeah, I guess I don't need the priest, so I can cast everything in my deck. Although, I don't have any more elves, do I? I do in the deck. One's in the yard. It's not worth the extra 1 damage. Well, 1 damage could be a big deal here. I'm not sure. Because they have 1 card left. All right, we'll attack with all of them. We're making a Tarmogoyf regardless, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so they'll take the extra damage. We'll lose a Priest of Titania, which we didn't really need, and we'll get a Tarmogoyf that's hopefully kind of big. We did just exile their yard. Oh, that is first strike? Wow. Then I should not have attacked with the... I mean, we're still spitting out 4/5s, but I did not realize the Raptor had first strike for 2 mana. It's pretty excellent. Ooh, they get another Raptor play here. It's pretty strong. Hopefully something not too strong when they get. Inspired Inventor. All right. Could be worse. This Skyclaw is going to be a little beatdown dude, though, so I got to be careful here. I mean, we're not too far from dying here. This puts us in a pretty tough spot. We have to find an answer for Skyclaw. I mean, we have a ton of answers, but... Well, maybe we have 2 less answers, I guess, but we still have a good amount. So I would have had to attack with 3 more creatures in order to get a Tarmogoyf. I don't know if that was necessarily worth it. All right, well, we needed something there. So we ended up going 6-3, still pretty good overall. First time in the format. Got to do some pretty fun things. I think it's possible I could have won this game if I'd allowed the Nantuko to die. I think that was my biggest mistake here. I should have allowed the Nantuko to die and gotten it back with the Witness at one point. Not doing that was very costly. So we'll pass. We might as well pretend like we have something, but they have no choice but to attack, obviously. And we don't have any reach. All right. So I ended up going 6-3. Let's do some pack one, pick ones here. Like I said, if I had the Nantuko, I could have just gone on the Witness and then just gone crazy with that, I think. And just gone like infinite Witness and huge value. All right, let's do some pack one, pick ones here. Still a good draft, still pretty fun. I have no idea what this is. It's like I can buy new stuff. All right, that's cool. Let's just oh no, where's the? Oh, do you not get packs? Oh, you do, right? Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say. All right. Let's just do these. All right. Pack one, pick one. Let's see. Oh, Kappa Cannoneer is incredible. Wow. And then it's Abstruse Appropriation. I mean, this is like a vintage cube staple because it's so powerful. Yeah. But what's this Abstruse Appropriation? Exile target non-land permanent. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend colorless mana or mana of any color to cast that spell. Okay, so wow, that's also incredible. It's like a Fractured Identity almost. Not quite as good as Fractured, but still pretty good. Let's see what this does. This puts counters on things. Oh wow. And when modified creatures die, that thing gets bigger. Tune the Narrative, good for the energy deck. Evolution Witness, especially in multiples, was incredible. Wither and Bloom, certainly playable removal. Sage of the Unnotable, good for Eldrazi decks. Devoid Spells, activation abilities, decent blocker. Static Prison, and you get energy. Oh, you have to pay for it though. Well, it is only 1 mana. I think you'd probably take the Cannoneer. This is such a tough card to beat. It's got so much for it. It's cheaper with artifacts. It has Ward 4, and it gets bigger and unblockable. Like the amount of things stacked on this are incredible. But Abstruse Appropriation looks really fun too. All right, probably not Polluted Delta. So what's Angel of the Ruins? 7 mana, 5/7 flyer. Exile up to 2 artifacts and or enchantments. Well, that's cool. And a Plane Cycles. That's not bad. We saw this already. Land thing. We saw Static Prison. This Snapping Voidcraw is really cool. Ramps for 2 colorless, which is great for a common. And you can draw off of it as well, which is really strong. Petrifying Meddler is not a bad common either. I think I'd probably take the Voidcraw. I mean, this with the plane cycling is nice, and it's a flyer. It's relevant, but this is so much ramp. How about the Riddlegate Gargoyle? That's cool too. And it's a 2-drop. It's a common. It has flying. It gives energy. That's nice too. I think I'd still go with the Voidcraw. This just has a lot of built-in value to it. A double ramper that also draws. Ramp plus draw is just a pretty amazing ability set, especially at common. I mean, that beats stalemates and it ramps you into fatties. Like that's 2 really good things to have. So when this enters, Creature spells of the chosen type cost 2 less to cast. All right, so I guess you choose Eldrazi. It's kind of clunky, but Spy Master. Somebody played this against this, didn't they? You can connive number to the. I mean, it's cool. It's actually really good, and you don't even have to sack it. It's really nice actually for a land. You get some spawns, and it's a 7/6, and it's also a land. That's not bad. I like the Oozewog. That was good. Inventor's Axe gives you some energy, but you have to pay energy to equip it. I could see the Vault. It's a land with extra utility for a really cheap cost, and Connive is really strong too. So yeah, I'd take that Vault. Because you're doing like multi-looting plus buffing your dude. It's just really good. Arena of Glory. So you exert it, add 2. If that mana is spent on a creature, it gains haste. Wow, that's cool. You'd have to pay 1 though. So you end up really only netting 1. So basically you can give haste to a creature. It's still pretty good, but you have to exert it. Probably still worth it. Shrieking Drake proved to be good for my opponent. It's an uncommon too. Interesting. It's a really old card too, so reprint, I think. Really old card. That's why the art is so ancient looking. Destroy an artifact or enchantment. So there's a lot that does that. Nyxborn Unicorn, give Mentor. I see. Smelted Chargebug. There's a lot of abilities in this set. Is this land worth first picking? There's nothing in here that's screaming out at me. I mean, I know the value of Witness is pretty high. Just getting stuff back from your graveyard to your hand in any sort of grindy matchup, and it turns into a 4/3. It's pretty nice. Even in multiples, especially in multiples, just getting it back. It's really strong if you're playing land every turn. I could see taking the Witness here. All right. Over the land cards, yeah. We'll see. Time will tell. All right. And then Shifting Woodland. So it becomes a copy of target permanent card in your graveyard. Activate only if there are 4. Wow, that's really sweet. Wow, you can make it like your rare in your yard. Annoyed Altasar is very sweet. I like that too. Skyclaw just beat us. Battle Mage, you can kick it. Exile artifacts, enchantments, and bounce stuff. That's nice too. Really good. Battle Mage and another Witness. I'd probably just take the Woodland land spell. It's a pretty excellent land spell. I mean, copy of target permanent card in your graveyard is, in this format especially, with how powerful stuff is. All right. Well, that was draft number 1. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.